So where y'all from?
Georgia.
Georgia. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. So yes, we are willing and able to take the
Down
exit
here, I
door.
don't think you can see it.
Willing, able, and it's about this point in a trip or a vacation that you realize that, you know, following the call of God costs something. And, you know, it was this amazing trip and saw family and surrounded by people we love, but it's like right about now you're like, it gets real, you know? It's like literally just me and Lacey, you know, miles and miles and hours away from, you know, everybody that we love and care for. And not to say that, you know, the people at our church and people in New York aren't awesome, but it gets real, you know what I'm saying? What do you think?
For sure.
She's
Sorry, I'm eating.
she's eating and sad, but, you know, costs something. It really does. Remember what we said when we first moved up here? It's can't be comfortable and called, something like that.
Yeah.
It's real. So when you get sad, you just gotta eat an Uncrustable. Just cheers you right up. You know what I'm saying?
That was unnecessary.
Now, obviously, I'm not saying that we're martyrs or suffering or anything like that, but it's just kind of a weird feeling to be flying, you know, states and states away from, like, in the opposite direction of everybody that you've ever known or loved, you know? Just kind of, it's like what we do becomes very, you know, like, it's like pretty normal, right? I mean, just kind of get used to it, right? You know, just the life of ministry, but just kind of every once in a while it just gets like, whoa, like this is a big deal. This is a big, you know, sacrifice we're making. But we felt really clear that this is where we're supposed to go and this is what we're supposed to be doing. So obviously there's comfort and conviction in that, but still just kind of, it's like weird. It's like, whoa, like everyone's like going back home. We're going to New York. So it's kind of a weird moment, you know. Lacey definitely feels it much harder than I do, you know. And so to see her wrestle through this and struggle, and, you know, it's sad. It's hard. It's hard as a husband, and it's just hard as somebody that, you know, loves her and cares about her. So, you know, as awesome as vacation is, it's like every time we leave, seeing everybody, it's kind of a sad couple days, you know. So it's kind of part of our journey right now, but it's good. It's good.
So we've got the rest of this layover, and then we are going to be getting in kind of late tonight. So I want to go ahead and finish up shooting now. But, you know, something that just like hit me while we were in the plane and just kind of getting sad, like saying goodbye to everybody until the next time we see him, was something that Lacey and I used to talk about a lot. And it was like, I don't exactly remember how we framed it, but it was like, you know, being called versus being comfortable. And you really can't do both. You really can't be called and promise that you're going to be comfortable the whole time. There's going to be a lot of times, and we were weighing this while we were thinking about moving to, you know, New York, way far away from where we lived. And we just kind of had to ask ourselves, do we want to be called Do we want to live in the calling that God has for us, or do we want to be comfortable? And and we chose to follow what we really thought was God's voice to get us out to to White Plains, New York. And I just think about what God's done this past year that we've been there. I mean, we weren't there for 3 months, and a full-time position for Lacey opened up, and now she's the worship director of this amazing big church that, man, that wasn't even on our radar. Like, and if you guys don't know that, Lacey's the worship leader, pastor, director, whatever, of like our church, and it's like multi-campus, and it's just amazing. And we heard the whisper of God, and we made the jump, and we're just seeing God like show up in our life, and we love what we do. We love what's going on in our life, but there's just times where we even have to remind ourselves, man, are we going to be called, or are we going to be comfortable? And getting on the plane today, it was like one of those moments where the whole like following God thing, it doesn't always feel epic. It doesn't always feel like you're walking in slow motion to like a Steven Spielberg, soundtrack movie, and it doesn't always feel like that. But there's moments in the course of, where seasons change, or in the course of a year, say, that do feel very epic. And today was one of those epic moments. So it's kind of cool, man. It's kind of crazy, and it is what it is. So we're going to go ahead and board this plane. I'm going to wrap this up here, and I'm going to see you guys back at church tomorrow.